Let's move on and talk a little bit about those Toronto Blue Jays who apparently they could be looking at Pete Alonso, former New York Met, looking increasingly likely that he's not going to return to that team just because, they obviously have other fish to fry right now, which makes sense. But Pete Alonso is still a very valuable player nonetheless, right? You're talking about somebody who never doesn't hit 30 bombs. In fact, his worst year, and I'm not including 2020, obviously, but his worst year when it comes to home runs was last year when he hit 34.
Wow. Yeah.
Every other season, he has hit more than that. This is somebody that you sign him. He's going to be 30 years old next year. I think that you can actively say, like, there should be several seasons left of, elite Pete Alonso power. I think that, you sign him to a deal where you expect 30 home runs as the floor and 50 is the ceiling, and I would anticipate that there's going to be a couple of years in there where, you do get close to that ceiling.
Yeah, and it's interesting because I'm looking at his baseball savant, too. I'm trying to figure out, why did his power kind of go down last year? And there's no reason. I mean,
there was a lot of strikeouts
There
last
was
year.
a lot of strikeouts for sure, but he had his great bat speed. That's another new stat kind of on baseball savant that I really like. So he's swinging it. He's got great bat speed. He's barreling the ball, still really good. He still has expected slugging at the 82nd percentile. So for me, there's no real reason or why he is doing what he's doing, right? And I mean, the Blue Jays, the big question that a lot of fans have or people have on, why are the Blue Jays going to get Pete Alonso when they already have Vladimir Guerrero Jr. at first base? Well, I think there's a couple reasons here. One, you just need to get a bat because you need power in that lineup desperately, and you're going to find a way to make it happen. Now, what do I do about the first bag position? Well, there's a DH spot. I mean, they don't really have a DH. The last couple of years, they've put in, like, Brandon Belt and Justin Turner. Well, why not put Pete Alonso and just make him an everyday slugger? Or vice versa. Put Vladdy there. Maybe they split the position, get them off their feet a couple times. Like, you can do that. Plus, I know people don't like this, but Vladdy could go play a little bit of third base. He did that a little bit last year, and it wasn't the worst thing ever that a lot of people imagine. So you're going to find a way to put that guy in the lineup to help out the Jays. And plus, I just thought of this right now. What if you don't sign Vladdy back? This is your first baseman now.
Yeah, no, and that's actually a very valid point, too. I think that's something that no one is thinking about. But, it does give you that insurance, that backup plan. And honestly, like, maybe it even gives you a little bit of leverage when you go to the table to talk to Guerrero and be like, okay, well, we don't need to give you $450, because we do have our guy now locked up. Not saying that I want them to do that,
please don't
but,
do that.
like, you got to think about it this way.
Right.
So, yeah, I think it makes a lot more sense than people are giving it credit for. And I think that there is just a way that you figure out how to get Pete Alonso and how to get Vladimir Guerrero Jr. in the same lineup together. I think that the Toronto Blue Jays, they are going to be up against, though, the New York Yankees in these sweepstakes.
Yeah.
And if I was a New York Yankee executive right now, then this is somebody that I'm looking at hard. You know that they need a first baseman. It's looking increasingly likely that the New York Mets and the Boston Red Sox are pulling away right now in the Juan Soto sweepstakes. And if you know that better than anyone. How in are you?
Yeah.
Okay, you have to really, take a step back, look at the mirror, and be like, okay, are we going to get this guy? Maybe, but maybe we should be planning for the alternative here. And I think that the alternative should be Pete Alonso if you're a New York Yankees fan.
Yeah, because they lost, or they didn't lose. They cut Anthony Rizzo, which I think is a right move. That guy was aging. He was hurt. He's getting up there in age. So I think they really, if they don't get Juan Soto and it's looking like they don't, turn that $550 that you're going to spend on him into three guys. We've heard reports of they want to go get Fried, and then they also want to get a Willie Adames in that middle infield, and then maybe Pete Alonso. Go do that. That's the way to get. That's how you get this Yankee team back, and I think even better than anticipated.
Yeah, completely agree, man.